time that I get my period, I think I shit in my pants. I am 11 years old, first thing in the morning, in the bathroom, and I am terrified. I have absolutely no idea what's going on down there. I'm a good girl, so I don't get how I shit in my pants because good girls don't do that, but it's down there. And I say down there because that's what my grandmother told us. It's down there. The only thing she told us is down there, you just don't let a boy go down there. But down there just sounded so strange and weird, and it's not hip and progressive like today, where, we have names like, we don't say down there. These young girls nowadays, it's vagina, or pussy, or yoni, or divine sacred temple, or who knows, divine sisters of the Yaya sisterhood. Who knows, but it's not down there. So all I know is having something down there is not something that I can talk about, and not with my grandmother, and definitely not with my mother. And so, because in my family, talking about stuff is something that we don't do. We're very good at not talking about things. The way we don't talk about how my beautiful, talented mother, who's usually sad and depressed, drinks and hides her bottles, or how my grandmother has to come racing down in her green Cadillac and get in the middle of fights, verbal arguments between my mother and father. So we don't talk about that. So I got this on lock. I'm not gonna talk about what's down there. Because after all, down there, if we're honest, down there sounds like a dead-end street you'd never want to find yourself on. So we ain't talking about down there. So I figure since we don't talk about stuff, and I'm really good at hiding things because I got it honest, I'm just gonna hide. So I take those underwear and I ball them up and I get a new pair, but I carefully hide those in the hamper. And I just promise myself I'm gonna wipe really, really good the next time. Next day, wake up, same thing. I don't get it because I wiped. Same process, ball it up, hide it. I pray that I don't have to do this for too long. Goes on for another day and it stops. I'm in the clear until my mother comes into my bedroom, maybe a week later when she has laundry basket. My mother, my beautiful, sad mother. Millicent, what's this? My underwear. I know they're your underwear. When did you start pooping in your pants? I don't have an answer for her. So my mother looks at me and says, Millicent, we don't do this. You don't do this. Okay, that's it. So now I have to come up with a new plan for everything that's going on down there. And hopefully down there doesn't happen again. Well, the next month, I open my underwear down there. There it is. So what do we do this time? I remember what my grandmother said about down there. If one thing my grandmother from the Deep South taught us is to wash your underwear by hand. Okay, great. I'm gonna wash my underwear by hand, problem solved. I do that for the next few days. My mother still knows something is going on. Millicent, this is the absolute last time I'm going to tell you. Stop going to the bathroom in your underwear. Okay. Now I'm grasping for straws. So what do? I figure out. I remember my girlfriend Patty lives on one end of the development. So I take those underwear this time. I'm not getting caught. I take those underwear, put on my other ones, put them in a bag. For the first 2 days, I'm going towards Patty's direction. Patty's my little white friend who has the new Jordache jeans, and her mother makes potato salad. It doesn't have seasoning, but her mother tries. And I go to her dumpster because I figure no one's going to connect Patty and I together because we just don't look like we go. And I do that for 2 days, and then the next couple of days, I go in the direction where Letice lives, because Letice is my friend who smokes cools, and she has her hair in cornrows, and she just is so cool, and she says swears and makes them sound great. So I go that direction. So I'm going 2 directions so no one can catch me. So finally, I figure out that problem is solved, but my underwear are dwindling. So how am I going to explain this? Either soon I'm going to have to get a job, be bare-assed, or I don't know what's going to happen. But there's the underwear, my mother's going to catch me. The jig is going to be up. So I start praying, and I just pray, and I pray, and I pray. And I figure all that time I've clocked in, sitting up with my grandmother in church, sitting there all day, has to count for something. And we get there 2 hours late, and we're still sitting up in there for 5 hours. So I'm like, God, you owe me a solid. So it's time, and I'm saying to myself, please, Lord, let this work out, let this work out, let this work out. And what do I hear? It's almost like clockwork, the same time every month. Here comes my mother with a pair of underwear. But these ones are not ones that I thought I should in. They're just ones from my drawer, one of the few pairs left. And my mother comes to me, and she's like, Millicent, I want to talk to you. Yes, Mom, I know. No, you don't know. I am sorry. I'm so sorry, my baby. You have your period. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I didn't talk to you sooner. I love you. And so with that, I never had to worry about down there.